We were watching Tim Pool's Culture War podcast live, and we saw that Myron Gaines was on it. And we have some thoughts about some of the things he said.
Okay, but first, to preface, Myron Gaines, I have the same issue with him as I have with the entire kind of red pill alpha male community.
Yeah.
A lot of their diagnosis of issues is correct. I do think they're really good at identifying issues that men are dealing with. The problem is their solutions aren't always the best. And even when I do agree with what they're saying, the way they're saying it makes me not want to agree, you know?
Yeah. A lot of it just seems like they're saying it for the sake of being insulting.
They're unnecessarily rude. That's what.
Right. So what we did is that when we went through the video, we picked out some of the things that Myron said.
Yes.
And we figured, okay, is this something we can agree with, or is this something that just isn't right?
We're starting one with one that we agree with a little bit less, because I do think the point was just
oddly stated.
Well, not even that. It just
stated.
wasn't a good point. But yeah, okay, here it is.
The fact that like some of the biggest breakthroughs in ecology science come from the humanitarian approach that women have. You know, DNA was discovered by women. So like,
wait, you made a good point. I think. Wait.
Is Frederick Miescher a woman?
What?
DNA was first identified by Swiss chemist Friedrich Miescher.
Yeah, they were trying to take credit for
Oh, we got her.
They also said,
we got her. She lied.
Wi-Fi was made by women. No, it wasn't. It was made by men as well. Women don't invent
That's true.
anything.
I don't know enough to know.
Like,
don't
to
know.
be honest, the only real value women have is reproductive
I
value.
contribute more to
We're
the
gonna be
economy than you do, Myron, just objectively.
Wait. I want to say I'm on
see, that's the
Pat
point.
and not to that side though. That don't you think women are equally valuable to society though? You don't think so?
Dude, if you remove sex and reproduction, they provide almost nothing.
Yeah, but those are very.
That's the part where I'm just like, dude, that doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
If you remove the biggest contribution that women have to society, they provide nothing. Yes, but that's true about any group. If you remove men's biggest contribution to society, they provide nothing to society. Like that's literally what he's arguing. At least that's the way I'm understanding it.
Well, I think the only way that I understand it is that he's not talking about the long-term contribution of society for its elongation and survival.
Sure.
I'm thinking, if I were to put words into his mouth, my thought is take away reproduction and you look about the long-term survival of society without one or the other's gender. If you women, it would be likely that men would survive much longer without women there, based off of how the infrastructure is set up.
But that's not what he said, and that's what gets me mad.
That is not what he said.
Because I get you, and my mind does go to that, but you don't need to phrase it that way. You could phrase it more clear. It doesn't have to be phrased like that. So that's
you don't have to phrase it the way Myron did it.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, I agree. But Myron, I think it's just being confrontational just for the sake of being confrontational.
Because again, if you just take his words, they make no sense. If you remove women's contribution, they contribute nothing. Yes, that is true. That is true. But if you remove men's contribution, they also contribute nothing. What are you talking?
Yes.
Like what do you?
Yes.
Sorry, I gotta repeat it like 3 times, but it baffles me. Because I do agree with other stuff that he says, but this one.
Well, I mean, we're gonna get into this more. Maybe I'll ask that question after the fact. But
okay.
I'll save it for then. Go ahead.
Okay.
Hot take. I think women actually lack empathy. Contrary to them saying that they have empathy, I think women have sympathy. They can feel sorry and compassion for sure. But when it comes to empathy, especially to the masculine experience, they don't have it at all. I would argue most women don't know what men want. They don't know what men are interested in. They don't know what it takes to keep a man around, which is why most girls can't even stay in a relationship long term or get married. And let's be honest here, the reason why they're not empathetic is because there's no need to be empathetic because men approach them. Since men approach them and they do the courting and they have to do everything up front, especially at the beginning, a lot of women aren't empathetic to the masculine experience because they don't have to be. Versus men, we have to be empathetic to women. Otherwise, we don't get laid.
Yeah, you're very
or marry the woman of our dreams. Again, I'm on board kind of until he does the thing at the end.
I do think some of that is at the fault of men, right?
Wait, what do you mean?
How can you be empathetic to an experience you don't know much about? And I do think that's partially due to that men aren't really talking about their experiences. I know.
Okay, sure, but
whether or not the men need the empathy is a different thing. But I have had some experiences where women were empathetic of what I was going through, right? I don't know if it's entirely true.
Right. I get what he's saying largely, and I do kind of agree with it actually.
I do get the fact that women, I don't think will ever understand the man's experience. I just don't think they will.
There's not as much of a
Truly.
push to understand what men feel. What there is a push for men to understand what women feel, because you do
I
always
don't know.
you do always hear like, okay, women need emotional support. You need to like, you got to listen rather than fix stuff. Like you do tell men, okay, this is how a woman's mind works, and you need to accommodate that. I don't know if the same is true.
I think
on the other side.
I think recent days that's changed though. I think a lot more women are making an effort to understand what's going on in the men's mind.
Okay,
But
I can
men have been,
I can agree
sorry,
with
go
them
ahead.
making an effort, sure, but it's not the default. It's not necessary for a woman to understand a man. That is.
I don't know, because
I think that's what he's
the
arguing.
suicide rate of men is much higher than that of women. And
Sure.
I just think
But let's go back to what he's arguing. Let's go back to what he's trying to say.
Sure.
He's saying it is not necessary for women to understand the male experience in terms of emotion, but it is necessary for a man to understand the female's experience in terms of emotion. I agree with that.
I think he was saying that in spite of the women. I don't think he was saying that as it needs to be that way, if that makes sense. It was almost like a backhanded.
Well, no, he's saying how it is. He's saying this is how it is. Men need to understand women's emotions and how they operate. Women do not need to understand men's emotions and how they operate. I think that's his argument, what he was trying to summarize.
Okay.
Which that I do somewhat agree with. Actually, no, I do. No, I would say I do agree with it. I'm not saying it's good or bad either. That's just how it is. And that's, again, I don't think he was saying whether it's good or bad either. He's just saying this is how it is. If you analyze society, the relationships I've been in, the women I've met, and yes, I do think that's the case. Whether it's right or wrong is a whole different debate. But that's why I say, like, I do agree with their analysis sometimes or their... The problem is, I don't know what he says afterwards. Is that good? Is that bad? Should that change?
Yeah.
But, you know?
Yeah, true. Does he elaborate on it anymore?
Maybe, but we don't have time to go. We don't have time to go through it.
Okay.
Alrighty, but what do you agree with that?
Yes,
Assuming that's
yeah.
his argument, do you agree with it or no?
Yes, I do agree.
Do you
with that,
do you
yes.
agree with the what is analysis or the observation?
The observation? I would agree that it is true.
But then again, at the end he adds the so they can get laid, and I'm just like, God damn it!
Come on, man. There's more to it.
Okay, this next one's kind of quick.
Opposed to people strongly. I
Which
think
proves that when
I think
women have agency, things go bad.
Nope.
Because
Okay, so he goes on. I'm not gonna play all of it, but he also goes on later to reiterate that women choose bad things, therefore their choice should be taken away.
Yeah.
I'm summarizing, but that's pretty much what he said, and I'm just like that makes sense, sure, but that's not exclusive to women. Men also
Correct.
make bad choices, and so that's not much of an argument for anything.
Right.
Other
And
than
I think she says it in a response. Like, yeah, this isn't just women specific.
right, and so that one's just kind of not
Right.
worth litigating too much.
What I think he tries to reiterate, and if I may say, is that the difference is that women don't necessarily see the consequences of their actions, whereas men are immediately see those consequences. I don't know if that's true though.
Doesn't matter because that first point is just there's no reason to say it. There's no reason to focus
Elaborate
on
more.
one over the other. Okay, here's the last one because we're running out of time, but I do think this one's interesting, and I'm really curious to see what you say.
Women should have to sign up for selective service, same as men.
that or nobody has to sign
Yeah,
up.
I don't
It's
believe
one
in
or
a
the
draft
other.
at all.
So either remove it completely or women have to do it.
I think
Like,
equity would be fine there. Yeah.
I'll be honest, I don't think women should be in cops. I don't think they should be in the military. I
I
don't think they should be
agree.
doing any of
He
it.
wants to take away
Like-
women's rights.
Yeah,
No,
I
no,
just don't
hold
think
on.
should
Women
do
should be
anything.
cops
Hold on.
because they shoot people.
Hold on.
They get
Yeah.
emotional.
Well,
and
what
they
he
shoot
wants to
you.
say is
Quick story: my ex, one time we were talking because she was also annoyed. I forgot what we were watching or something, and she said if a woman firefighter if I ever need a woman firefighter, she comes and she can't carry me out, I'll be pissed. And I was just cracking up, dude.
Honestly, my take is I agree. I do not think they should be. I take it on more on the side of it's not their role to be in those types of positions. I trust a man more in these types of high stakes, high stress, high anxiety situations to be a lot more calm minded and capable of doing this. And I just hold women. There's a value difference here. I hold women in much higher regard that they should be protected, and they're the ones that should be away from this type of environment, in my opinion.
That's not your choice to make for them, though, is what I would say.
I
is
know
what I
it's not
argue.
my choice to make for them, but if you're asking me what I think, that is what I think.
Sure.
Yeah.
Um,
And so the choice can still be there for them to do that. I'm not going to stop them from doing it. I just think
they should not be in those positions.
they should not be in those positions.
My initial thought was, as long as they can do everything that a man can do, the same
Of
test.
course.
Don't lower the standards at all.
Of
Right now we
course.
have separate standards for women and men.
Well, that shouldn't be
in-
true.
across, and I don't think that should be it. I think as long as they can do everything that a man can do, I am fine with it.
Mhm.
And then I heard, who was it? Was it Hexeth or was it Megan Kelly? Somebody made an argument when it comes to like spec ops or something. When a female is introduced to these groups, it changes the dynamic of
Hexeth said that.
of a military thing. I think Megan also reiterated it as well. I think she agreed as well. Where it's different when you have a woman with you, and I do largely agree with that. That does make sense. But I think at that point, just because men are going to act differently around a woman, that does not mean we should punish the woman and not let her join. I still think not. So I think I still agree that no, women can be in it so long as they meet all the requirements.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
That's
If
my-
you
that's
can meet
my-
all the
that's my
requirements,
final
and
take.
we're not reducing anything. Absolutely, but if I had a choice, no, I would not want women to be in those roles.
Even if they met the requirements?
Well, if they met the requirements, then they're like the rare case, and sure, that's fine.
Okay, so you're fine with. Okay, I thought you were
I'm
saying
fine
not,
with
at,
that,
not at
yeah.
all. Oh, interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
so that was interesting. Like I said, final thoughts. I've seen things on Myron where he says stuff, and yes, I agree with it largely without any sort of what should we call it?
Explanation.
Yeah, because some of the stuff he
Justification.
just says to me, yeah, they do make sense. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
that's cool. But this one, and I was a little bit sad on this one because a lot of the stuff he was saying, I'm just like, you're here to provoke. It feels like it doesn't feel like you're actually trying.
If I have to try this hard to kind of decipher what he's saying or reiterate his statement, but in a different manner,
Right.
I do think he's trying extra work to be controversial.
I think he's trying to
confrontational.
provoke because again, I've seen
Yeah.
things where I can just agree. Same thing with Andrew
Yeah.
Tate. Like I've seen things where I can just agree, but
You're right.
other times it just seems like he's trying to provoke, which is
Yeah.
fine. Like jokes are fine.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what will solve this whole issue?
Spinning the wheel.
Spinning a wheel.
Nice. What a
Here
transition.
we go.
That one felt longer than normal, and I forgot to do my
I
talking.
don't know, but I just stared at it. What do we got, Daydreamer?
All right. Would you rather? All right. Go ahead and spin that again.
All right.
We didn't have a would you rather prepped. I'm sorry. I know
All
that
right,
kind of
here we go.
negates the purpose of the wheel, but it's fine. Cringe
Daydreamer,
battle.
What do we have?
All
All right,
right.
nice.
Okay.
We have a couple of
Hopefully,
those.
hopefully I can redeem myself. I lost last cringe battle. Should I
I
go
got the
first,
win
or
on this
does
one,
loser
too.
go first, or does winner go first? What do you think?
Loser goes first
Why?
because I said so. I was the winner last time. So
All right,
loser goes
all
first.
right, sounds good. Here's my pick. Okay, I'm really hoping this will make you cringe because last time I just made you laugh.
It's funny, dude. All right, go first.
Sugar cookie dough with strawberry milk. Drink some of the milk.
Oh no. I hate what I'm hearing right now.
It's the noises, right?
Yeah. Stop it.
I saw this on Pop Culture Crisis and I had to mute it, dude. It was nasty. But I can't mute it right now because otherwise the recording will be ruined.
I hate that. Oh, okay, stop. I'm done. I'm done.
No.
No more.
Okay.
I do not
I
like
just-
lip smacking and hearing people eat.
I didn't think it
That's one
bugged
of
me
my
that
things.
much. I did not know
Maybe
it
the way
bugged me
she
that
was
much.
doing it. Maybe she was being obnoxious about it, but
All
there was
right.
the way she was doing it.
When we're scoring these, just remember we couldn't even make it through mine. All right, let's see yours.
Why does a bus have 50 seats? And why does a Lamborghini have only 2? Because there are only a few successful people in this world that when they put their mind to something and they focus on
seen
something,
this.
that thing ends up resulting in their beautiful life. So don't ride the bus because that's for a lot of people. Ride the Lamborghini because that's only for a few people.
Was
What
she
you just
acting?
said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Why does a
I think
You know, I think this was still more cringy.
I was about to agree. we made it through, but the lip smacking was more like ew. But this one was cringy.
I forgot this one was up. I would take the lip smacking over her. The heck were you saying?
But she's a child too, though. Do you think this is real? You think she?
Was she
You
a
think?
kid? Is she a kid first?
She seems young. I don't know. I mean, she seems like she's 12, dude. She looks like she's 12.
Oh, I just feel like she's just a young-looking adult.
Said every pedophile ever. You pervert.
No. I hate you. I take the win, dude.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna give you the win because the mine was more gross than cringy. You're right. Damn it.
Oh man, that was
Aww. Now I'm down by 2 points. 2-0.
2-0.
Put it up on the counter.
Heck yeah.